Okay, first of all, thank you for your participation in today's training session. For today's training session, I will share my knowledge on how to use Fitch Connect. Fitch Connect is one of our subscribe database in KMC, where the main function or the main content that we use Fitch Connect is to retrieve bank's financial data. It can be either from the income statement or from the balance sheets and ratios. Okay. I'll share the screen to Fitch Connect. Okay, this is the home screen for Fitch Connect. Okay, how to go? How to access the website. First of all, you can go to KMC portal. In the KMC portal, once you have login, you just go to Explore Collection and go to Online Database. Scroll down until you see Fitch Connect. Okay. So you just click on the link above. Okay. For Fitch Connect, we have two methods or two access. One is the web version. This one, and another one is the historical template by using Excel. I'll show you the difference in during the session. Okay. So once you click the link, okay, you will see this page. Okay. So if you have any questions, you just.
Assalamualaikum, Brother Hanif. I cannot listen to you.
You cannot listen.
Your voice is not clear.
Okay.
Just check it, please.
Okay, I'll try to mute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Yes, brother. Now I can hear. Thank you.
Okay, sorry. So if you have any question, you just can raise through chat or just unmute yourself, and I try to answer it. It's just a disclaimer, I don't have any background in finance, accounting, or economics. So if I can answer the questions, I'll try to answer. If not, I'll forward your questions to the Fitch support. Okay, so as you can see that beside Fitch Connect, we have also have another database for financials, which is Bloomberg and Refinitiv DataStream and Icon. So what's the difference between these databases is we procure Fitch Connect because previously we have BankScope, but since 2017, BankScope is no longer in the market. So we benchmark several databases, and Fitch Connect came out the best that we can afford or available at that time. Okay. So the difference is in Bloomberg or Refinitiv, DataStream, and Icon, they only provide listed companies or listed banks. We can see because we are looking for banks data. So at that time, there are not much database that can provide unlisted banks data, because most of the Islamic banks available in the market or in the world now is unlisted. For example, in Malaysia, we have Maybank, the public listed banks, where is the parent banks for Maybank Islamic. And we also have HSBC, which is the parent bank to HSBC Amanah. So if you do research in this field, it's quite hard to get the item, the financial item for these subsidiaries or these Islamic banks windows, okay, because they consolidate their financials with the parent banks. So this is one of the best available options for banks data that currently in the market now. So without further ado, I'll show you on how to get this bank's financials. Okay. So in the homepage of Fitch Connect, this is the homepage where it shows you what is the latest, because Fitch is a rating agency, so their core is ratings. So you can see that the latest ratings for banks or for equity market, for equities. Okay. So the most frequent or the most common function that we use is the search tab. Okay, you can see on the top left hand side. Okay. Just click on search and go to entities, because we are looking for banks entities. Okay. So this is the filtering or the screener. Once you have checked or filter your criteria, the result will be displayed on this part, on the bottom part. Okay, you can either type the criteria on this search bar. Okay, I'll show you. Let's say we are looking for Islamic banks in Malaysia. Okay, we can go by banks, and we go by Islamic banks. Okay. So first of all, on the first tab, I'll choose the bank sectors. This is the available bank sectors. Okay. You can select all if you need all the bank sectors in certain country. So for example, I'll select all. Okay. So as you can see that the result is display all the banks available in the world. So there are around 34,000 banks available in Fitch Connect. And I'll go to the second tab, which is the geography, which is the country and region. So you can choose by alphabet. Here I choose Malaysia. So once I check Malaysia, you can see that my filter now is being updated. So now my filters is sector banks and geography Malaysia. So in total in Malaysia, I have around 143 banks, which includes retail and consumer banks, Islamic banks, banks holdings, and the rest. So let's say I want to narrow down my result to only Islamic banks. So you can see here in the filter, I can remove, can click on the trash icon, the trash bin icon, to remove your filtering. Okay. And you go back to sectors, banks, and just check Islamic banks. So now my result is being narrowed down to only Islamic banks in Malaysia, which consists of 16 Islamic banks. Okay, this is how you filter the bank sectors and country. For filtering or selecting these bank entities, it's recommended to only use these two main tabs. For financials, you can select the financial or the variable once you have created the portfolio. I'll show you in a while. Okay, so once you have this bank list, what you can do is you need to create the bank's portfolio to group it together. Okay, so just check all the box here and click create portfolio. Okay. For your information, you can only create portfolio for maximum 500 entities or banks. If your results is more than 500, it is advised to reduce the numbers. Let's say why it happened to be 500. Maybe you select multiple countries. Okay. For example, I'm looking at Malaysia and Indonesia. Besides choosing by the alphabet, I can just type the country here, Indonesia. And make sure you select the correct, what you call this, geography. So now this is my filters. Geography Malaysia, Indonesia, sector Islamic banks. So altogether there are 26 Islamic banks in both countries. Okay. So this has not reached yet 500. So let's say if you have more than 5 or 10 countries, then if your banks is all banks in that country, then you should hit 500 limit. So what you can do is just reduce the numbers of the banks by country, and just continue. So maybe I can further create this portfolio. Choose create a new portfolio, because if you click add to an existing portfolio, it will override what portfolio that you have been created previously. So just click create new portfolio and name the portfolio. For example, Islamic banks Indonesia and Malaysia. And then you click submit and view. If you click submit, it will just create the portfolio and will not display the result to you. So it's better to click on submit and view. Okay, just click submit and view. Okay. So this is all the Islamic banks in both Indonesia and Malaysia. As you can see that the currency is according to the local currency, which is Malaysia ringgit and Indonesian rupiah. So this is okay. As you can see that this is the previous user or previous student's variable. This might be his name. So what kind of statement that we have? Okay, you can see the statements in the showcase view. Okay, we have summary view, which contains all the main statements or the main variable. And if you want to see all the financial statements, you can see financial bank view. Okay, so here we have key financials, the balance sheets, okay, we have residential mortgage loan, other mortgage loan, and the rest. Income statements, we have the dividend income, interest income, okay, ratios, and off balance sheets. Okay. So as you can see that you can choose which country or no, you can choose which period of year that you need. Okay, this is the options to choose the period or the country period year. So by default, it will show you the most recent one. So, and you can see that the most recent for Alliance Islamic Bank Berhad is 31st March 2020. And the recent for Afin Bank Islamic Bank Berhad is 31st December 2019. So so not all banks have the same period. Okay. So because most of the bank report their financial statement in quarterly, so the availability of the data in the public is different from each bank. As you can see that the latest one we have is from Indonesia, PT Bank BNI Syariah, which is the end of year 2020. Okay. And for Malaysia, we have M-Bank and Alliance Islamic Bank Berhad. Oh no, this is March 2020. So most of them is 31st December 2019. Okay. So let's say you don't need, because this is quite a lot of statements and variables, right? So let's say you only need a few variables. Let's say you just need their total asset and let's say the ROA or ROE, the return on assets and return on equity. Okay. And you don't need this net interest income and the rest. So you can do that by create your own views. Okay. What I mean views is go to custom views and you can custom what variable that you need. Okay, for instance, this student is only need their total asset and NPL, the non-performing loans. So we can create the same custom views. Okay, so you just click on the right hand side here, create custom views. If you click edit custom views, you will be editing this student views. Okay, because we are sharing, KMC have 5 login IDs to Fitch Connect. Okay, and I'll just share the IDs in the chat box. Okay, so someone have asking. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We have 5 actually, and this one is currently I'm using the last one. Usually at inside.rg, I'm using this one. So if you need to try, you can use the first 4 above. I need data on financing and deposit for Islamic banks since 1983. Okay, so there is a question. I need data on financing and deposit for the Islamic banking and conventional banking system since 1983. How to get it? Okay. Okay, I answered that questions. Okay, so Fitch Connect, as I mentioned earlier, they have we have 2 access. One is the web version, the one that I'm showing you, and another one is the Excel, through Excel. They have one, you need to install the Excel add-ins. So the difference between these two is in the web version, you can only retrieve the last 10 years of data. So it means, so it will carry the last 10 years. So now it's 2021. So the earliest data that you can download is 2011. Okay. However, in the Excel add-in templates, the Excel add-ins, you can retrieve up to 30 years of bank's data, depending on the banks. So I have go through the add-ins, and most of the 30 years of bank's data is on the American market, American banks market. So we can have a look for Malaysia or Islamic banks available globally. So we can have a look how earliest data that they have on financing.
So, Brother Hanif.
Yep.
So this data actually I need for my project paper. So is it not possible to get the data on financing and deposits since 1983 for Islamic banks in Malaysia?
In the web version, it's not possible because, okay, as you can see that the period year, the earliest is 2011.
Okay.
Okay, but in the Excel add-ins, I'll show you after we finish the web version, you can get up to 30 years of bank data, depending
30,
on the
30.
Yeah, 30 years.
30 years, okay.
So I'll show you in after we finish the web version.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So I'll continue to create the custom view because we haven't created yet. Okay. So you can give your view name here. It can be your name. It's advisable to use your name because you will not get confused. So just give the view name training. Today is okay. This is all the available variable. So we are looking for financials and bank financials. So you can open this background, or you just can type in this data point. Say I'm looking for. You can go by financing because we have requests for financing. Okay, so what variable that they have here? They have Islamic financing. Maybe we can try that one. Okay, IB in the brackets means it's focused on Islamic banks. So we have other Islamic financing. I just random check the box here. Okay. Income from under Islamic financing. Okay. So let's say this is our variables that you required. Okay, for example, we have Islamic financing, other Islamic financing. Instead of the mutajarah. Try that one. Income on other Islamic financing transaction. So let's say you have done checking or selecting your variables, you just click on save. So you can see that the system has created one tab that we just saved right just now, training on today's date. And this is the figure for the most recent period year. Okay, so you can see that the most recent is March 2020, December 2019. So if you want to standardize it, you can go to period year and choose your preferred date or year. So I choose 2019. And we have standardized the period year to December to 2019, but some of the bank report in their financial period, I think it is 31st March, so it's also included here. So now you can see that the currency is different because we compare two countries, so they follow the local currency. So what you can do is you just go to this currency conversion icon, just click on that and click on the drop down icon and click your preferred currency. So to standardize it, the common currency that we use is USD, right? We just click USD and click on submit. Okay. So as you can see that now all the currency has changed from local currency to USD. And the exchange rate is they followed what is the statement date or what is the currency exchange date at that particular year. So in 2019, USD against Malaysia ringgit is 4.08. So if you need this figure or this statement, you can just directly export these views or data to Excel. Okay, so you will get this kind of data, Islamic banks in Indonesia and Malaysia, which with these variables and for 2019 only. So how to compare year by year? For example, you are looking for historical data for this bank. You can go to this multiple period portfolio export. Okay. The icon looks like download icon, but it's not download. Okay. If you click that, it will show you the options to choose the years, the historical years. Okay. We have quarterly, 3 months, interim, and annual. Okay. So as you can see that the earliest one is 2011 onwards, which is the last 10 years. So just download, let's say, the last 5 years. You just select the years by sequence and click export. So once you click export, it will not display what data that you choose. It will directly export to Excel. So it will automatically download the data in Excel. So this is how the table or the data looks like. Okay. So this is the Excel that I have downloaded. So this is the historical year. So you can see that this is the banks that we have selected from 2 different countries, which is Malaysia and Indonesia. And this is the variable for 2020. Islamic financing 2020, 2019, 18, 17, 16. And this is another variable for 2020, 2019, and the rest. So they don't display, or this variable is not available in their statement. Okay. So that's how you can create or views multiple banks in multiple countries by selecting this custom variables. Okay, you can, if you're just looking for a particular bank, one particular bank, for example, you can use this search bar and just key in your bank name. For example, I just type Maybank. Once I type, the system will try to find all the related keyword based on my searching. Okay. So for example, so it will show you what kind of research on Maybank, the headlines on Maybank, entities that has Maybank, and issues. Issues is the bonds, but our subscription don't have access to bonds because we have another database which is Bloomberg and Icon that can access or get bonds data. So here I'm looking for Maybank, maybe Maybank Islamic. So I just click on Maybank Islamic Berhad. Okay. So this is the summary page for Maybank. So you can see that what market sector they're in, the parent, Maybank Makin Berhad, and we are more interested in their financials, right? So if you go to the financials tab, you can see all their financials. Okay, so you can select all. Okay, you can select the currency conversions. So this is for one particular bank or individual bank. Let's say you want to select CIMB or CIMB Islamic. So you just type in the global search, and the page will display you all the available information for that particular bank. So this is how you download single bank's data. So you can select, you just click on the export this table to access to Excel, and you will get all these financials. Okay, so I think we have done with the web access. So any questions on how to access or how to get the financial statements for banks before we move to the Excel? Okay, if none, I'll proceed to the Excel icon, to the Excel icon. Okay, I'll share my screen. Okay, before you can have the Excel add-ins, you need to download the add-ins in Fitch Connect website first. So how to get the add-ins? Once you have already logged into Fitch Connect website, you just go to the support center at the top right hand side. Okay. And then go to Excel support and download the Fitch Connect Excel add-ins based on your
Brother Hanif,
yep.
I cannot view your screen. Can you share your screen? You are just showing your screen and explaining that, no? That how to.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, but I cannot view your screen. Latest screen I cannot see.
Okay.
The Excel part of screen I cannot see.
No, I'm showing how to download the Excel add-ins first.
Okay, but I cannot view your screen.
You cannot view my screen.
Yeah, I cannot view this. The same explore collections, and that the earlier page is coming.
Oh,
The KMC page is coming only.
okay. I'll stop share and use share.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see my screen now?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Is
Not yet,
everyone having the same issue?
No, I can see this.
I can see it.
Let me share it. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Just a second, once again. Hanif Malik has started screen sharing, only just coming as writing. Hanif has started. So now I think it will be, once you share it, it will come now.
Okay.
But as of now, it is not coming.
Okay, I'll start all over again. Once the screen has been loaded.
Okay.
I can see your
Okay, so is everyone looking at the same screen now? I'm at the search part of Fitch Connect.
Yep.
Okay. So to download the Excel add-ins, we just go to the top right hand side, support center. Okay. And go to Excel support. And you can download the version based on your computer requirement. If you are using the 32-bit Windows, you can download the 32-bit options. Or if you're using 64-bit, you can click to download 64-bit. So the installation is quite straightforward. Just download it and run the installations. Once the installation is done, you will see your, once you open your Excel, you can see that there's another tab called Fitch Connect. Okay. I'll show my Excel.
Mr. Malik, sorry. Could you explain again how can we go to this page?
Okay.
Search Fitch support.
Yeah, Fitch support on the, you can see that there's a question mark icon on the top right hand side. Okay. Once you're there, you can see that there's a web support and Excel support. So you just click on the Excel support.
How can I reach to web support page?
You just go, once you in the Fitch Connect web, you can see that question marks on top
question
right.
mark.
Yep.
Okay.
Top right. Okay. And you will see web support and Excel support. And just go to Excel support.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay. So once you have download and install it, you what you need to download and install.
Which how to start demo? Okay, how can you get latest?
So if you have download and install the add-ins, your Excel will contain this tag, Fitch Connect tag. Okay. So is everyone can see my Excel? Okay. Brother Salman is requesting the username and password. Okay. I have shared the username in the chat earlier. Maybe you can scroll up. Or I just.
I'm sorry, but it doesn't appear in my chat.
Okay, I just paste it once more. So we have 5 IDs, and the last one, Yusri, is currently I'm using that one.
The second one I'm using now.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
So if the system detects multiple logins, I'm afraid that one of you will be kicked out. Okay, so is everyone can see my Excel? Okay. So if you have download the add-ins and install it, you can see that there is a Fitch Connect add-ins on your Excel. Okay. So by right, this template has been created. We itself has created a template to Fitch Connect to make use of this download. Because if you don't have this kind of template, then you need to type the formula one by one. So they have created this template, and you can find the template available in KMC portal in the same page where you access Fitch Connect links. Okay. The one that I've showed you earlier. So you can see that Excel historical template. You can download the template, and if you have installed the Fitch Connect add-ins, then the template will work. So the first step is the guide on how to use the template. You can go through the guides. So for this training session, I'll show you one by one on how to retrieve the data using this template, because by using these templates and add-ins, you can retrieve more than 10 years of bank's data. So this is my previous data download. So I just clear what I have downloaded earlier. Okay. So we go by sequence. Okay. First, you need to add your entities by selecting the sector, the bank sector, and the countries, and then we go by preferences. This is where you download, or this is where you select your period your historical period, the years, the currency, and your variables. And last one, you just download the data. Okay. So this is the steps. You go by sequence. Okay, we have clear the list and select your entities by clicking Add Entities. Okay, so this is the entity search window. So same method as we search for banks in the web version. Okay, so you can either type the bank name here, or it's best to select from the sector list. So you can select all the banks available, or you just select what kind of bank sectors that you need. Okay. So for this case, I choose Islamic Bank. Okay. And geography, okay, you can select the geography based on your preferred country, same as what we have choose in the web version. But because one of the brother is looking for the financing for Islamic banks, so I'll try to show you how to get it. So I just select Islamic banks in the sectors, okay, and click search. So it will show me all the Islamic banks available globally. So I'm not sure how many banks is here. Oh, 157. So just check all the banks and go to and scroll down and click Add to Template. Okay. So you can see that once I click Add to Template, this list of banks will appear in my Excel. Okay. So this 157 bank has been transferred to the previous Excel template. Okay. So now I have all the Islamic banks in the globally according to Fitch. Okay. So we have add the entities. Now we go to preferences. Okay, preferences is where you select your period, your statements, whether it's year end, interim, or quarter, and currency. Okay. So because our brother here mentioning since 1983, so I try whether they have it 1983. Wait. So that's too far, I think. Okay, we have 1990. We have 1980. Yeah, they don't have 1980 because I think that's exceed 30 years of data. I think the far we can go is 1990, right?
1990.
1990. Yeah, 30 years. Okay.
1991 to 20, I think you can get.
Okay. But if for this training, I'm afraid that because our banks is quite a lot, 157, and if we download all the banks, Islamic banks, and 30 years of data, the download part will take some time. So we don't want to waste much time. I tried 1990 to 2000, 10 years of data. Okay. So interims, year end, currency, you can select the major currency, whether it's local, euro, pound, or USD. So once you have defined your period and currency, you go to My Items to select your variable. So same method, just go to Add Item. Okay. So you can go by these options, or I can just type financing. Okay, so here I just random check Islamic financing. Or I can do this IB in bracket, and it will show me all the variables that related to Islamic banking. Okay. So we have this deposit for banks. We have by product, Istisna, Injara. So you can go by, maybe you can Injara Home Finance. Okay, so maybe I'll choose this 5 variable first. So once you have done selecting the variables, you just click Add to Template. Okay. And close this window. So now we have our banks, your preferred time or history, and your variable. So we have done all the part here, and you can click on download. So I hope we don't consume much time in downloading. So we have 157 banks, 1990 to 2000. That's 10 years of data. Okay, all available data has been downloaded. Okay, so once you click OK, you can see the data has been downloaded in the data sheet on the last tab. So you can see here we have Abu Dhabi Bank, Ahli Bank in Kuwait, Al Barakah Bank. Okay. You can see the period type. Okay. So we have since 1990 to 2000. You can even filter what banks that has the data for 1990. Just do the filtering. And only 2 Islamic bank has the data for 1990, which is Safa Islamic Bank and Al-Rajhi Bank. 1991, maybe these 4 Islamic banks. Okay. So every year, Islamic bank market keeps growing. 1992, we have this kind of bank. Okay. I just select all. So this is your data. I can see that only there's no Islamic financing. This is the currency, and where's the figure? All blanks. We have 4 variables here. I'm afraid they don't report it prior to 2000. Prior to 2000. Maybe I update this one to 2000. 2010. So I changed the period from 2000 to 2010. And we can see whether the data is available or not. Okay. Has been downloaded. Okay. For this one, we have data. So I just select 2000 to see which bank has the data for Islamic financing. 2000. Yeah, only this bank has the data for Islamic financing since this one is since 2007 until 2010. I'm not sure whether this is the correct Islamic financing or not. Okay, override this one. Include two variables. Okay, let's see that. Still only only these 4 banks have the data for Islamic financing. I'm not because this bank has report in different statements for Islamic financing. I'm not sure whether they separate Islamic financing and financing only. So maybe you can have a try to select different variable instead of Islamic financing. So basically, that's the function of Fitch Connect Excel add-ins. So as you can see that the difference is in web versions, you can only retrieve the last 10 years of data. And if you need more than 10 years, you can use this Excel add-ins to retrieve. We try 1990, so there are data from 1990. So it's between the last 30 years of data. So we have come to the end of our session. So any questions that I can assist you with before we end the sessions?
Janif, will I be able to have this recording?
Yeah, I will upload this recording to our KMC YouTube, and you can see this recording once I have uploaded it. I'll forward to the registered participations, and you can also see our previous training session on Fitch Connect and other database that we have.
So it will be at your YouTube, is it? Under Insert or what?
KMC. So after this session ends, I'll upload to YouTube and forward you the links.
Okay. Thank you, Janif.
Okay.
One question. I'm not able to export Excel file from this template and from search page either.
From search page, you are in this page.
Yes, this search page and the template as well.
Okay, so you are already in template. Excel template, you mean?
Both. Neither.
Can you share your screen?
Sorry, I'm not sure how to share. So can I send the email later?
Okay, no problem. You can send to me.
Thank you.
Okay.
Dr. Hanif?
Yep.
Yeah, actually, the purpose why I need the data, I have sent a message in the chat box as well. Okay. That see, I need the data of total financing by Islamic banks and total financing by conventional banks. The aggregate figure of all Islamic banks, of all conventional banks. Okay, so is it possible, rather than going to just one figure, that in a particular year, the total financing amount of Islamic banks was this much? For example, I have the data of 1998. The Islamic banking financing, the Islamic financing was 7.32 billion. Okay, in 1999 it was 13.84 billion. So something like that figure I need, yearly figure I need, and I think I can get it. Is there any way to get that figure?
I think because that figure came out by research, right?
Yeah, I have a research paper written by Professor Mansoor Ibrahim and another co-author. In that, the data is given from 1998 to 2010. Okay. So I have 12 year of data of Islamic financing and Islamic deposit. In just in 1998, this much was the figure of deposit, this much was the figure of financing. So similar to that, I can get for all 1983 to 2020. Is it possible?
You can get the data from the Excel add-ins because the
Excel?
data is add-ins. Because the data is prior to 2011, right? In the 1980s. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So this type of data can I get?
Yes, you can get.
From here. How to get it, please?
Okay.
From Fitch Connect I can get it, or from other source I have to rely?
For Islamic banks, you can get from Fitch Connect. But for conventional banking, you can get through Icon or DataStream.
Icon.
Because for conventional banks, it's quite the data is widely available.
Okay. For Islamic banks, I can get from Fitch only.
Yes, because most of Islamic bank is unlisted.
Okay. Is it possible to come to KMC or not? Not allowed to come. I can sit with you and get your help.
Yeah, currently our campus is closed. So even until 4th of March.
Until 1st of March, it's because I need this data very. So can you help me to get that if it's possible? I will send an email with the details. If you can help me in that.
Yeah, no problem. You can send email to me or to KMC, and we try to assist you.
Okay, inshallah. Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you very much. I will send the email because I need the data on economic indicators as well, like poverty, like so many other things. So I need your help. Please help me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for
I'm doing the project paper, and deadline is you know the deadline.
Okay. For macro data, you can also get it from DataStream and Icon.
Okay, I'll send an email, and you are sitting in KMC or where I can connect you directly through email?
Yeah, I'm from KMC.
No, you are from KMC, but you are working from home or you come to KMC?
We are now working from home.
Okay, so I can contact you over the email, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, brother. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your help. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
So if there is any further questions before I'll end the session for today's training. Okay. So if you have any further questions, you can raise an email to KMC. Just email kmc@insaf.rg and we will try to assist you. Okay, welcome everyone. Okay, thank you and have a good day and stay safe. Okay.